Hello there, beautiful soul. Welcome to another episode of Bright Living Podcast. In today's podcast, we explore how to stop being always tired. During this time, I hear the word tired quite a lot. It's like an overwhelming feeling of, I don't need anything anymore, everything is just too much, everything is overwhelming. I hear quite a lot from people and my clients. No matter what I do, I cannot seem to rest. It seems that more and more people live life on the fast track. And when the time comes to rest, do you ever get that feeling when you're too tired to even rest? Or maybe you've said, okay, let me take 1 day off, 2 days off, 1 week off, then I'll be fine. And then you're not. Do you resonate? If you ever want to rest but still feel tired, maybe you need to give it a closer look. Sometimes even though we might do things to relax, like a bath, a massage, a trip out of town, our mind can constantly be running, tiresome thoughts or heavy emotions can take over. Or we might just have a very hard time finding that relaxed state, that rejuvenation that we crave so much for. So in today's episode, I'm going to take you through some of the reasons why you might feel tired all the time and some of the solutions that you can bring to your life to get some actual deep rest for good. Before I begin, if you try most of my suggestions here and feeling tired persists, don't hesitate to go for a medical checkup. End of disclaimer. Here are some of the reasons why you might feel tired all the time. Number one is that chronic fatigue occurs when stress hormones are constantly being released in our bodies. Even when you're resting, your stress levels might be high. Your nervous system might have learned to always function in a stressed way of being. Number two might be, and this is just to get the physical, nutritional, chemistry aspect out of the way, but number two is really important, and it's that you might have mineral imbalances in your body. Make sure to check your levels of magnesium, iron, and vitamin D. These are really important. I remember very specific times when I've had a sudden change in my energy levels by simply supplementing some minerals. Our minerals and electrolytes play a really important role in our overall functioning of our nervous system and in our overall mood. I remember my high school English teacher came to our class one day and she told us, you know guys, when you sometimes have a sudden drop of your energy, maybe all you need is to take some magnesium. And her words really stuck to me. And I found that in my experience many times. Number three reason why you might be tired all the time is you're juggling always between tasks. When our brains spend more time in the beta state versus alpha or theta, our thoughts are actually consuming us. In today's world, it's no longer enough to have a good night's sleep and to have those alpha and theta brainwaves up and going while you sleep. That's no longer enough if for 16 hours of the day you spend a lot of time juggling between tasks, responding to all kinds of requests. So it's important to be aware of the fact that at the end of a full day with no breaks, with no time to daydream, with no time to process anything that's happening, with no rest at all, it might be very hard to actually feel like we're getting some rest. And the next day, you're only going to feel even more groggy. And number four is your subconscious might always try to solve problems. There's this aspect of the subconscious that is called the subcurrent. And the subcurrent aspect of your subconscious is trying to always solve a problem. Your own problems, other people's problems. If you find yourself thinking of things to solve or people to repair or solutions that you need to find for someone else's problem, even at night, always, it means that your subcurrent aspect is taking away a lot of your vital energy. So your subcurrent aspect needs to be tamed. First of all, it's important to be aware that that is happening and to move to the next levels of functioning in your subconscious. And we're going to talk about that quite soon. And number five reason why you might feel tired all the time is that on some level you don't feel like you have permission to rest. Many times we might feel this obligation to always be active, to always be doing something. And we might feel guilty when we start to actually rest. So if we are to move on to the ways in which you can rest, I'll have to start with this. Allow yourself to rest. Give yourself permission to rest. Let yourself know that you are allowed to rest, that nothing happens when you rest. Otherwise, whatever you try to do, if you try to take a long bath and relax, you will keep solving problems in your mind. Therefore, you get no rest. You will sabotage your rest. You will not plan for your rest. You will not understand that your rest is strategic. And you will stay in a sacrificial mindset, in an overdoer mode. So here are some thoughts, and choose a thought that supports you right now and that resonates with you. It's possible to rest and stay in control at the same time. How does that land for you when I say that? It's possible to rest and stay in control at the same time. It's possible to rest and let life take care of itself. How does that feel in your body? It is possible to rest and let life take care of itself. When you go to bed at night, are you needed for life to keep going, for life to take care of itself? Does everything stop because you stopped? How about allowing this thought to land, that everything is in perfect order and you are doing your part in that order while you can? And in that order, your rest is already planned. So you're allowed and safe to take it. Here's another thought. It is possible for you to rest and for the people around you to be well at the same time. How does this land for you? How does it feel in your body? Maybe invite it again. It is possible to rest and for the people around me to be well at the same time. The people in our lives don't need our sacrifice. They need us happy, relaxed. They need to calm us. And the life that is there for them is already taking care of them. Of course, you're doing your part, especially if you have someone that is in your care, like a parent or a child or a sick loved one. But you are doing what you can, and you are taking care of the life within you while resting, and you are taking care of the life within that person while active. And it can go hand in hand, and both can coexist. If you've had a hard time receiving these thoughts, maybe choose the one that gave a stronger reaction in your body and work with it for the next couple of days. So once you understand that you have permission to rest, here are some of the ways you can get some actual deep rest for your body, mind, and soul. First of all, return to the present moment. Turn off all stimuli, step away from any screens, and focus on something in the physical world. Your body, you might use touch or go for a massage. Listen to the sounds in the room. Look at the shape and the texture of things around you. It might sound basic, but how often do we actually do that anymore? Unless we're conscious and we're intentional about it. Number 2 is stay with your state of being tired. Even though it's uncomfortable and you want to avoid it, you want to override it with stimulants, don't. You're tired for a reason, and that's because you need to rest, not to push yourself even more. Find some tolerance for being tired and allow yourself to feel tired and to do what comes natural in that moment while you feel tired. Even though it's in a day when you might find it unacceptable to be tired. In the long run, you'll see that it pays off. Number 3, be close to nature without devices. You will discover that being close to the ground, taking a walk in nature, releases feel-good hormones and restores your natural state. And your natural state is to feel good. Number 4, get your body moving. And this is not to say that you have to take up really intense exercise. On the contrary, gentle exercise will bring vitality to your body and will remove stagnant energy. If you have stagnant energy lurking around in your body that's waiting to be moved, you will feel immediately so rejuvenated by exercise. You might do some yoga or some gentle cardio like running, jogging. In the evening, you might practice yin yoga, which allows your body to deeply relax and decompress, preparing you for sleep. And this takes me to number 5. Have a sleep routine. You have to prepare yourself to sleep. The mind with which you go to sleep is the mind with which you wake up. Same goes for the body. The tension in the body will be there in the morning. So take a deep stretch before you go to sleep. Allow your mind to decompress. Find some gratitude in the evening. Massage your feet. Massage your neck. This will also massage your vagus nerve. Spend time with a book rather than a screen. You will see a great difference in the rest that you do get during the night. Number 6. Make it a habit to breathe deeply into your belly with your eyes closed, laying on the back. This is part of a technique called NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. So during the day, you might not have the opportunity to take a nap sometimes. If you have, go for it. But if you don't, simply find a space where you can ideally lay on your back. If you don't have the space, you can also just relax in your chair. And with the eyes closed, focusing on your abdomen, allow yourself to take some deep breaths. Deep breathing will tell your subconscious that you are perfectly safe, and focusing on the exhale in particular will deactivate your nervous system, will gently decompress your mind, and will bring you back into a more grounded state. Number 7. Find 3 to 4 minutes for meditation in the morning. This doesn't have to be very complicated. Simply, after you wake up, spend 3 to 4 minutes in bed, taking some deep breaths, focusing on your body's reactions as you breathe, maybe connecting with your body. If you have a specific meditation technique, you might do it. The state immediately after you wake up is really important. You don't want to jump into the day without preparing yourself, without having a transition from the state of your brain during your sleep and the rest of the day. And you need that transition to be as smooth as possible. Many times I've found in the past that even though I wake up feeling drained or feeling like I'm not able to take the day, if I meditate for 5 to 10 minutes, I suddenly get so much more energy and so much more clarity. This is honestly one of my favorite habits to have in the morning. And last but not least, let go of always solving problems in your mind. If you are in the subcurrent state of mind, you might consider finding peace that not everything is within your power to solve. You might consider the thought that you have control over some things and relinquish control over others. You might be surprised how things can be solved if you stop intervening so much. Trying to always solve a problem will only drain your vital energy. You want to move from that problem-solving state of mind that's very stuck in the ego. You want to move to a more creative state of mind in which you make a commitment that you will always do whatever is in your power and allow the bigger force, the universe or life or how you want to call it, and allow it to solve whatever is not in your power. Also, sometimes the very thing that you are trying to solve might be just okay as it is, or some person might have a process of their own, but it's you who makes a judgment that it's not okay, so you need to step in and to help them and to solve, but the person is actually just going through their own normal process. So by intervening, you are doing a disservice to yourself and to the other. It's very beautiful to want to be there, to want to step in, as long as you are asked for and relevant. And speaking of relevant, it's extremely relevant to take your mind off some problems so that you solve them with a different energy and with a different mindset when you come back to it. Actually, many times the solution might come when you least expect it, like during a meditation or while you sleep or while you take a shower and you're not thinking about anything, but simply some solution comes to your mind because it's coming from your intuition and not from your stressed aspect. I hope this resonates. Stay close and thank you for giving me the chance to be with you in the luminous life that you want to build for yourself. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.